hi to everybody on the rebroadcast. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Chris Britton and I am a transformational life and success coach, and I inspire women to live wildly free, radiating with love and flowing with wealth. So let's talk about manifesting and how you can really rev up your manifestation and what you're calling into your life. So what is manifesting? Really, it's sending energetic broadcasts out into the ethers and attracting that same vibration of what you want back into your life. So sometimes this works for people, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times people will say to me, well, gosh, like I'm really trying to manifest these 3 business builders into my business or these 3 clients into the business. Setting intentions is huge. This is a really great thing. I'm not saying that setting intentions is not the key. That is, vision boards work. Everything works, but there's a missing piece. If it's not coming in fast enough, you guys, there's a missing piece, and that's what we're going to be covering today. So manifesting might work for some people faster than others. And the reason why is there's a conflicting belief that is happening. So you might say, well, I want this Porsche 911 Turbo to show up in my driveway, and I'm going to plaster it all over my home office. I'm going to plaster it on my fridge, and I'm going to think about it. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to feel it. It doesn't show up in the driveway. But then you can look at people, other coaches or people that are successful, and you're like, well, dang, why are they so successful, but I'm not? Now, I am living proof of this, because when me and my partner Ryan had started in business long ago, I had the exact same system everyone had. I had the exact same hours in my day. I had the exact same time to sit and manifest and think about these people that I want to be helping and calling them into my life, but it still wasn't working. And so I finally went to him and I'm like, what is the matter with me? And what the difference is your tribal beliefs are different than mine. So you could go and take the exact same system that I know, and you could probably manifest a Porsche 911 Turbo into your driveway like that if you believe things come easily and quickly to you, if you believe you deserve it. Now, if you're going out trying to manifest more clients, say, and you're really feeling it and emotionalizing it, and they're still not showing up, you have to look at what the root core belief is that's creeping up in there telling you, well, actually, you don't deserve these clients. Actually, you're not good enough. Actually, you have to work really hard for your money. So stay in your 4 jobs. Just stay there because that's what you deserve. Yeah, there is, we can tell ourselves these trippy illusions. Like we get really hung up on them and none of them are true. The truth is we take them from when we were really young, usually under the age of 10. And they're not wrong, they are not bad. And speaking from experience, the more I tried to push my tribal belief aside, the more it would come up and the more it would ruin my life. It kept me stuck. So I'll share with you some of my tribal beliefs on why it was a struggle for me to build a business in the first few years, or why I wasn't creating the success that I thought I could have, because I was human like everybody else. Why could they, but why couldn't I? And one of mine was, all good things are going to come to an end. I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but I grew up where my Nana, who's German, lived through the war. And she would tell me all the time, all good things are going to come to an end at 5 years old. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like, this tribal belief is deep. And the second one was, I have to work hard for my money. I have to work hard for my money. So when I was sold on the dream as this little girl wanting to go out and become an entrepreneur, all I kept thinking about was time freedom. And I wanted to work a couple hours a day, and I wanted to help as many people as I could, and I wanted to make the money I wanted to make, but I still had this underlying commitment that was tying me down, this tribal belief that you have to work hard for your money, and it's always a struggle, and all good things are going to come to an end. So deep down, why would I go and put all this time into building a business, stepping through my fears, if I knew it was just going to come crashing down? So what happens is when you go out and try to manifest what you want, but this tribal belief is there telling you, it's not going to work. It's conflicting. So can any of you guys relate right now? Do you feel you might have some tribal beliefs or some limitations that are holding you back right now that you're really ready to get through? If so, give some hearts. Let's have a heart party, because I'm going to give you some tips on how you can rewrite these beliefs and actually start to create what you want. Absolutely, yes! Absolutely, yes, 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 yes. And here's the thing. It's our birthright. It's our birthright. You deserve it. Each and every one of you watching this or listening to this, I might send this out to my list. We all have the ability to live the message that is within our heart. And I mean, Charla, self-love girl, like, you are here to bring that message out to the masses, right? Like, it is placed with you for a reason. So let's start reworking some of these beliefs so you can manifest the clients or anything that you want. Maybe you just want to manifest more joy in your life and actually give yourself permission to have joy. Some people think that it's not right or it's selfish for them to take time for themselves. And this is a big tribal belief that can hold you back as well, where the truth is we have to nourish ourselves first. We have to give ourselves that self-love and self-care first to bring that out to everybody else. Charla says, I'm pretty joyful. You are really joyful. I love you, Charla, like literally from the bottom of my heart. You're so freaking awesome. So I wrote out some steps on what we can do to rewrite some of these beliefs. And now this is what allowed me, when I actually started going deep down and looking at these fears or looking at these tribal beliefs and bringing them forward, for me to shine my light on them and not labeling them as bad or not labeling them as negative and saying like, okay, I'm making a decision to change my life right now. Let's look at this. Here they are. What are they teaching me? What do they look like? What do they feel like? And I got clear on these beliefs that were anchoring me down and keeping me stuck, so I could learn a lesson from them, because the universe gives you what you need to learn, right? It never gives you what you cannot handle. So every challenge in your life right now is for a reason. So let's take a look at it and really start to dive into it to rewrite it. So number one is, you can't just say the opposite of your limiting belief. You can't just say, well, no, actually, I don't believe all good things are going to come to an end. All good things happen to me. And the reason you can't do that right off the bat is because you won't believe it. You just won't. It is so deeply ingrained within you that you've been living all these years off this limiting belief that you can't just say, no, I'm going to completely say the opposite and forget that this negative belief or limiting belief is even present. You can't do that. So you have to start to shift it to something that's a little more open for your heart to absorb. So that might sound like it's reasonable. Well, actually, it's reasonable for me to see that I don't have to work so hard for my money. Actually, it's reasonable for me to see that all good things will last and are possible for me, and start to slightly shift it so your heart can really start to absorb it more. If you just go drastically right to the opposite, it won't last. Your intuition and your heart will be like, that doesn't seem so right. So just start to take a little step, and that might sound like it's reasonable to blank, whatever your limiting belief is. And then look at your limiting belief and how they actually stop you now. Like, get your journal. And these limitations that stop you, if it's, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you have to work super hard for your money, or you have a living paycheck to paycheck, it's just the way our family lives, right? Like, look really at what these beliefs are and get your journal out and write them down. And I want you to really get clear on how they make you feel, how they've been stopping you in your life today. They determine the choices you're going to make. They determine the business you're going to start. They determine where you're going to go for dinner or what shirt you're going to wear. Like, if you actually look at them, these tribal beliefs will stop you in all areas. And on our scope yesterday, we spoke about how these tribal beliefs will actually stop us from, being the lighthouses or the change makers that we are within our families, because it feels uncomfortable, or they won't be able to meet us where we are. So we make that choice based on the tribal belief that we picked up from them, that we aren't going to show them who we truly are because it's uncomfortable, or we don't want to make them uncomfortable. So look at your limiting beliefs and how they make you feel, and how the choices that they've made you make in the past, or the choices that they have you make today, and get really clear on them. And then you want to make the decision, like the declaration. You can sign it in your journal that I'm going to start to rewrite these beliefs today because they are not serving me. They're not serving my business, my higher being, where I want to take my life. They're not serving this big vision or goal that I have in my heart. They're just keeping me tied back. And this is the beautiful thing. Every moment is a miracle, and we can make that shift any moment we choose. So this is up to you. This is your decision. So make that decision right now that you're going to rewrite these limiting beliefs. And then from there, practice your new beliefs multiple times a day. And the way that I love to do this with my clients is I have them write out their new belief in a way that seems good for them. So it is reasonable for me to see that all my dreams are coming true. It's reasonable for me to see that this new house is coming into my life. You know, for the longest time when we had started a business, we wanted all these lavish things, or we wanted to help and serve so many of you. Like many of the people that watch this are in our tribe and in our groups, you know, Soulful Money Masterclass, all of our private clients or group clients. And if you knew how, like, we dreamt of having you guys, like working with you guys and creating these communities. But our tribal beliefs, both Ryan's and mine differently, would hold us back. So it took us a good while for us to dismantle our egos and really start to look at the lessons that we could learn from this. And the truth is, we run our whole business based on what we have overcome from, like, this has been a gift for us. All of our limitations, all of our fears, everything we had to get over to build our businesses and change our life was such a blessing. But at the time, it might not seem like that for you guys, but it really, really is. And the more consistent you are with being comfortable, holding no judgment on where you currently are in your life or what your beliefs are, you know, trying to tell you, your life will change when you're okay with looking at them and you're getting the support and the help you need to rewrite them and to stand in your truth and in your message. And I'm living proof that it works. And the very first night that we came into this new house that we're in, I was crying because I said to Ryan, holy shit, this is because we actually did what our intuition was telling us. Like, we actually rewrote these beliefs and changed our dynamics. This was something that we saw as an opportunity. Wait a second, why are all these people out there living their dreams or bringing their message out? Why is it a struggle for us? And it was that moment we made the decision that we were going to do what it took to change our inner world to have that reflect externally. So I love to stand in the mirror and declare my new beliefs. And it's interesting because you'll see the more you get comfortable in your beliefs that you'll go to the mirror and you'll say something that's untrue or doesn't resonate with you yet. And you'll kind of feel like you're hunched over or it feels a little icky. Your body will shift. But as soon as you're standing true in your new beliefs and they feel really good and they're just slightly vibrating higher than what you're currently believing, because every step counts in your vibration for manifesting. Every increment of moving up and forward in your life is going to help that manifestation progress and help it stay with you longer. You'll see that when you get into that mirror, it'll start shifting and you'll start standing stronger or taller, or you'll be smiling more, or you'll see your energy radiating more. So I hope this really helps you guys, and I hope that this puts you on a really wild manifesting journey, because you are so ready for it and destined for it, and it's your birthright, you guys. I know every single one of you has a message in your heart, and it's here for you to get out there. You have an idea, you have this picture, like this movie playing in your mind, and you are the lead character. And all you need to do is actually look at it. I love you so much, oodles and oodles, and I'll see you very soon. Go rewrite your beliefs, you guys. I believe so much in you, and I love you. See you. Bye.